We have learned a lot about Allison Parker from her family and friends these past few days. She was ambitious, loved life, touched every person she encountered. Her close friend and photographer, Adam Ward, is someone who people say was truly happy and made others incredibly happy. He was 27 years old when he was shot and killed this week. He was newly engaged. Forrest Jones joins me now. He was Adam's 8th grade geography teacher. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you, Poppy.
What do you remember about him most?
I remember that smile. I remember that gregarious, fun-loving personality he had. I remember him being the person that everybody wanted to talk to. He was the one that lit up a room, and he was one of those kids that you just don't forget. I tell people all the time, I was lucky to have Adam as a student. He wasn't lucky to have me. I was lucky to have him in my class. And I was lucky enough to be taught by Adam's father, Buddy Ward, in 7th grade. It just kind of came full circle when I taught Adam in 8th grade. It was pretty neat.
What is it that made him so special? Because the way his friend, spoke of him in the last hour with me is that he was, you say everyone's happy and makes other people happy, but he truly embodied that. What made him so special?
I believe it came from his family. I think he was the epitome of a Southern gentleman. I believe that he followed the ethics and values that his parents taught him, and he lived those. He lived those in middle school, he lived those in high school, college, and on to his job at the news station. I think that's why you see so many people just really sad about his, not being here anymore, because he was just that type of person.
He was engaged to be married to the morning show producer at the station, Melissa Ott. I mean, there's this amazing picture of him proposing to her, and just, her look at her, just lit up completely. The beginning of another chapter in their lives together. Did you know them at all as a couple?
I did not know them as a couple, Poppy, but I did know that from his dad that Adam was extremely excited to get engaged. His dad was a substitute at our school this past year, so I would talk to his dad, quite frequently, and he always told me that Adam was just so excited for his engagement with the young lady, and that it's just a shame that what has happened, because I know that he was really looking forward to that. His dad was so proud of that.
You knew him so well, you knew his family so well. His father you spoke to often, it sounds like. What do you think the family, what do you think Adam would want people to carry on in his memory and his legacy?
Two things. I sent Mr. Ward a text Wednesday night just telling him, hey, I'm thinking about you. The family's going through a rough time, and that's to be expected. And they value their privacy. They are so thankful, I think, for thoughts and prayers that are going in their direction. And in terms of Adam, I think he wants to be remembered for his dedication, his hard work. One of the things our school's doing, Andrew Lewis, we're doing an Adam Ward photojournalism award starting next year, because we want to keep his memory alive. We want to keep his name out there, and we're never going to forget Adam. We're going to make sure that we remember him in the right way.
And Forrest, how can people help? Are there ways people can make donations towards that? Anything that people can do in his name?
It is not. It's going to be picked by our photojournalism teacher, and it's going to be, looking at students who showed the characteristics that Adam had: hard work, dedication, being good to people, and just being a good person. Adam was all about relationships. He was one of those people that loved being around people and loved helping people. Yeah,
and that unparalleled smile of his that will forever,
that smile
be imprinted in our memories. Forrest Jones, thank you very much for sharing this with us.
Thank you, Poppy.